All right, guys. Hey, welcome to the NSL Weekly Podcast. This is our Season 2 playoff edition one. We got Rabbit here with us, the, ASL commish / Cowboys and NSL. And we got JR here. I don't know that any of us are making the playoffs. JR might. JR,
I just punched my ticket in before here.
Yeah, I definitely am not. I definitely lost against the Cardinals. I blame it on Drew Brees. I blame my whole season on Drew Brees. Everything that went bad this season is Drew Brees' fault. He will not be signed. So if anybody wants some free agency, be my guest. I am not gonna. I wouldn't even offer him $1. So, well, congratulations, you two, on probably making the playoffs. I just want a winning record, so I got to try and be H just to have 9-7 as a record. But it is what it is. Bad season. It was a rough schedule. If I looked at my schedule, it was going to be an 8-8 type season anyways. I played all the Super Bowl champions, and it was rough. I'm glad I don't have to do it next year. I'm glad I'll be facing the third best person in each division. That'll make me happy. Let's see who we got here. So, see if we can go over who is going to be in the playoffs standings. Obviously, Lions is going to take it. Giants is going to take it. They're both 14-1. Both clinched. Looks like a first round bye. So congratulations to them. I hope neither one of them win the Super Bowl. Packers has clinched the first wild card spot. Looks like Cowboys has clinched the second. So that's 4 of the teams. And then they got the Falcons and the
Cardinals.
The Cardinals saying he did. Yes, Falcons and Cardinals. So over the mark in the 49ers. So congratulations, Pink, Waka, Ashton, Rabbit, Bates, and what's his name? The Cardinals owner. Just Matt.
Yeah.
Matt Hunsker, I think I say it.
Hunsucker.
Congratulations. Yeah, Hunsucker. And the AFC, we got with the best record in the AFC somehow, Extreme 08. I remember he used to be a punching bag. What happened to those good old days?
You get better with playing your competition, I guess.
He's 12-8. The Chiefs are 11-4. He had a little rough spot after getting a few players suspended. Hopefully he learns to take that. And then after that, it's the Texans, Jags, Dolphins, Bengals, and Steelers all at 10-5. So that whole AFC is going to be a little wide open here.
It actually gets a little bit more interesting if I play BM week 17, Nemesis. So if he happens to beat me.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. There's a lot of 10-5s in that. I hope we see a new winner coming out of the Super Bowl. I would like to see a new Super Bowl champion this year. Rabbit, do you have any favorites to win the Super Bowl this year? Somebody you just think is playing lights out, they're going to take it? Is it Waka?
I think it's going to come down to whoever comes out of the NFC with Waka and Pink. So out of the two, even though he's a division rival, I guess I have to pull for Pink. But no offense, Waka, but offense. Sorry, not sorry. I think Pink's going to be the favorite. Like you say, I'd love to see a new winner. Maybe an Ashton get into it. I'd love to see an Ashton Extreme Super Bowl. I think that'd be fun.
Oh, that would be super fun. I think everybody would enjoy that.
But it's probably going to be Pink.
Pink's had enough wins. How about you, JR? Do you have any Super Bowl favorites there?
I don't know. Like out the NFC, I have to say Pink. Like we were talking about that earlier. I played him. He just dominated me in all aspects. The AFC, you could really go any of them top 4 teams. Like me, and when I played Kansas City, he gave me my first loss. Well, it came down to a 4-point game on the last drive. That was, and then when I beat H, it was a last drive type of thing.
Yeah. Huh?
So
Hopefully we got some new winners coming out of here. The highest scoring person, it looks like, is going to be Matt Hunsucker in the NSL. He's going to score. He scored 560 points this season. I played him. He only put up 100 yards and scored 7 offensively. Special teams and defense, he definitely took care of the rest. But offensively, he seems to be a powerhouse this year somehow. So
yeah, I believe he's going to break the passing record with that Ricky Lipinski.
oh
That's
yeah,
yardage wise.
he might. He is also number 2 in defense. So, like, worst defense. He has the number 2 worst defense. So that's going to be interesting to see him in the playoffs. He used to be another perennial punching bag, so it's nice to have him in the playoffs, though. Hey, he might punch his ticket. You never know. It's any given Sunday. Just so everybody knows, I found the key to beating Waka, and it's just to get really, really, really drunk and then play him back to back. I took him out in ASL. He had a similar record that he does in NSL, and my Browns took care of him in ASL. I'm pretty proud of that. Don't remember any of it, but I'm sure I played well. So pretty proud of that. The worst defense is going to our boy Paul. He's allowed 610 points this year after a 1-15 record. Be all right, man. He's gonna get together. He had a lot of close games. He's not far off. I anticipate him maybe not this Madden, but in a Madden or two turning into the new Extreme or the new pretty much any of those boys that Matt even or Bubba, any of the guys that have not performed well and came up. Mikey even came up from a 3-13 season to make it to the Super Bowl one year, if I remember right. So
right,
yeah. Looks like the number 1 defense is going to be the Giants. 200 points total all season long. But they got one more game, so it's going to be close. But they have a 40-point lead on the second place person who also hasn't played all their games. But so Giants is going to pull out. That's expected. Giants is he's a powerhouse with the Giants for some reason. And our least scoring player is Stifler. He has 216 points. So Stifler has had some issues this season. Stifler's a guy. You got to appreciate Stifler, though. He gets beat. He sticks with his Titans. He sticks with Marcus Mariota, and he keeps playing his game. So he does his best here. He does what he can.
Yep.
Yeah. He actually started off really good, though.
He did. All right, let's go to some awards for the year. Looking likely that these will probably be pretty close to how they end. Matt Stafford is the MVP. That's your guy's MVP too? Rabbit?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how. I guess he's got the touchdowns on Lipinski, but to have a QB that comes out rookie year and breaks the passing yardage record, that's pretty amazing as well. But yeah, I think Stafford has the most passing touchdowns this year, so probably so.
Okay. JR, you agree? You think you would take Stafford as your MVP?
Yeah, I would too. I mean, yeah, Lipinski there doing this thing, but Stafford also led to his team only having 1 loss too. I think that really throws it up the board too.
Yeah,
it does. It does, and I think Madden does a good job with MVP, similar to real life, where MVP usually goes to the best player on the best team, which is not necessarily a real MVP, but it is what Madden. It is what they do in real life, and it is what they do in Madden. Unfortunately, Coach of the Year is not pretty realistic, in my opinion. I feel like the Coach of the Year would be Matt this year. He took the Cardinals from they were rough. He drafted a rookie quarterback. He did pretty good. He got his team up. So, but of course, Madden's going to give it to the best team, and it looks like right now it's either going to go to Pink or Waka. I think Matt probably deserves Coach of the Year a little bit more. Who's your Coach of the Year, Rabbit?
Yeah, definitely. He turned it around a lot. I think Extreme should be up there. I don't think he made the playoffs last year. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I will give my boy Lamarck some props. I know he was on vacation this season and missed 2 or 3 games, so that didn't hurt the Cardinals' chances of getting in then, because I know he had some Sims because he was on vacay, but still,
That is true.
A 9. I guess it's a 9-win season, 10-win season for the Cards. A big turnaround after having a top 5 pick last year. So kudos to him.
Yeah. How about you, Jr.? Who's your coach of the year? Who do you think did the best this year?
Yeah, I would have to go with the Cardinals too. I mean, it's hard. Like you sit there and when you're sitting there at the bottom of the draft, well, he needed a QB, so those are pretty big holes. But it's still you can flop on them picks just as easy as you can hit. So
Yeah, that's true. We'll start with NFC Offensive and Defensive Player of the Year. Alan Garson, the running back for the Giants, got Offensive Player of the Year. For some reason, they did not put those quarterbacks anywhere near those. Elliott, number 2. Looks like Garson's going to finish the season ahead of him. He's still ahead of him right now. So it looks like Garson's pretty safe bet to win that. And Everson Griffin, Defensive Player of the Year. It's been a while since we've seen a non-linebacker and Defensive Player of the Year. But I think somebody told me I had 32 sacks with Everson Griffin somehow. I have no idea why, but he does. So Defensive Player of the Year. You agree with those two from what you've seen stat-wise? Would you give Alan Garson the Defensive Player of the Year and Everson, or offensive and Garson the defensive?
Yeah, I think so. I think Garcon has an ungodly amount of touchdowns as a rookie, so he's gonna rack up that.
He has
20 plus probably.
Yeah, you got 1,790 yards. Garcon has 50. He has 200 less yards, but he has 8 more touchdowns than you.
Right. Yeah.
And only 1 fumble.
And I know 3 or 4 at least of those came against me as well. So, he's a good player, and Pink's got a good run game, and that's just going to make him that much better for him to probably get Offensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie, and probably Halfback of the Year as well. So,
oh yeah, for sure. No problem. Everson, your Defensive Player of the Year too?
Oh yeah, I mean with 32 sacks, unless somebody had 20 interceptions, there's no contest.
JR?
yeah, I go with both of those. Like I played against that running back had about two to 3 against me too. And
so y'all are both taking him over the quarterbacks with his 27 touchdowns?
Yeah.
I do. I mean, he only has his 1 turnover. So.
I mean, I don't know how many TDs Stafford had, but I'd assume he's probably in the low to mid 40s. He didn't have 50 plus or anything like that. So
44.
Yeah.
Jonathan Lipinski. You're right, Jonathan.
Yeah, you got to go with Griffin on the defensive side. He's leading by 10 sacks. The next closest person.
He is, which is Chandler Jones. He was 22.5. He also did me pretty dirty when we played. Then you got 2 of Waka's players on there with 21 and 19, so that's terrible. I don't know how Waka's players are getting through so nicely, but
he got a 3rd player on there too.
Does he? In the top, I was talking about top 10 in sacks. Waka is actually number 3 and 4 in sacks.
Oh no, I was just looking at Defensive Player of the Year. He got 3 in the top 7.
Yeah, he uses those fucking sacks. We'll go to AFC now. Let's see who we got. Spencer Ware, Offensive Player of the Year. Looks like it's probably going to be him. And Tooney Roach. That's interesting. Defense Player of the Year, a linebacker. J.J. Watt's number 2. Yeah, and a rookie, Tooney Roach. So let's see here. Spencer Ware and Tooney Roach. What are your thoughts about that, Rabbit? Let me go ahead and give you Spencer Ware's stats here. He is 256 yards, 1,620, and 21 touchdowns. 1,620 yards, 21 touchdowns. 7 fumbles, though.
Yeah, I knew he was up there in yardage and touchdowns because I know coming into this week, it was a horse race for most rushing yards. There was like 20 yards separating Zeke, him, and I think Ajayi from the Dolphins. But, yeah, I think he had the most touchdowns of any running back in the AFC. And I don't know Tooney Roach's stats, but I know I saw him all over Plays of the Weeks, every week, if not every other week. There was some
Tony
play with
Roach,
him intercepting or
99
fumbling.
total. Yeah, 99 total tackles, 14 for a loss, 8 interceptions, 7.5 sacks, 10 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, 1 touchdown. So he was a utility. He was all over the place. He's one of the few players who actually got the award for not one stat. He got him for all of his stats. So good job, Tony Roach. Seemed to be all over the field. I'm honestly myself surprised they didn't give it to Eric Berry with his 12 interceptions, but
That's true.
just looking at Tony Roach's the all-around game, yeah. So, yeah, I can see that from Tony Roach here. But Eric Berry did have 6 touchdowns too, so 12 interceptions and 6 touchdowns. That's hard not to give it to him.
That's true.
That was very similar to last year when Harrison Smith had almost similar numbers. I think I had 1 less touchdown, and I had 3 or 4 more touchdowns, defensive touchdowns than the rest of the league, and they gave it to somebody else. So apparently Madden doesn't respect defensive touchdowns that much. But 12 interceptions and 6 touchdowns is hard to.
And we'll see. I don't know if Chiefs played their game or Browns has played their game, but if they say Browns had and Chiefs yet to play, sometimes you got a little bit of jockeying going in there, and if he plays and maybe gets another pick or something, he might put him over the top.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna name off Eric Berry's stats here as a receiver: 12 catches, 408 yards, 6 touchdowns. As a receiver, yeah, that's good stats. It's pretty good. So close coming into the last one. Let's see here. Now we got Offensive Rookie of the Year, Alan Garcon. We talked about that. It was between him and Lipinski on the NFC. I think we all saw that coming. And then Arian Goodwin with his 20 sacks from Waka in the NFC. That's terrible. Why do they keep letting Waka win awards? I don't agree. I agree with both of them. Rabbit?
Yeah. I kind of wish some of my guys, I hoped more out of Sperry this year, but it took him to week 17, but he had an awesome 102-yard pick 6 for his first interception. So we'll see how he goes. But, yeah, I mean, 20 sacks out of a rookie, there's not much else you can do there but go with him. So,
but yeah, I agree. AFC, it is Tony Roach as the defensive player of the year. Big surprise there. And Corin Ship, I don't know if y'all remember him in the draft. He was the first-round pick by the Ravens.
Yeah.
Very speedster. He won Offensive Player of the Year. He had 78 catches. That's a lot of catches. 1,262 yards, 16.2 yards per attempt, 14 touchdowns. He definitely did some work with Corin Ship all over the field, and that's a lot of catches for one guy. Apparently he gets the ball to Terrell Pryor and Jeremy Maclin and Brashad. They also have 40 catches themselves, but so that's an interesting. He really did Corin Ship in right. So what are your thoughts on those two? I 100% agree on them. I think that's pretty cut and dry right there in the AFC.
Yeah, no contest there.
Yeah, there ain't nobody even worth arguing or even mentioning in the same one.
Yeah, Tony Roach probably would have won all defensive player of the year. That dude was that good. He definitely had a hell of a season. Let's see here. We'll just run through this here. Best quarterbacks, Stafford. Best running backs, Garcon. Best receiver is John Brown. I don't know his stats off the top of my head.
He had a lot of yards and touchdowns.
Yeah, he obviously. I bet Corin Ship is the AFC one. Let's see here. Nope, John Ross. Looks like these speedsters are getting some cheese here.
Ship was second.
John Brown, Jason Griffin with defensive line. Chandler Jones went off linebacker. Yeah. Rashad Robinson won best defensive back. That's interesting to me. Done. And best kicker goes to Gano from the Panthers, which is not surprising. That dude is a monster. Has a monster foot. And we'll go to AFC real quick here, and we'll best quarterbacks, Andy Dalton. Okay. Uh, Melvin Gordon's the best running back over Spencer Ware, which is interesting because Spencer Ware is looking to win the Offensive Player of the Year. But Melvin has less fumbles, almost the exact same identical stats. John Ross is number 1 in receiver. Joe Thomas is the best all lineman. J.J. Watt is the best D lineman at this point. I think Tooney Roach is the best line. Tooney Roach is about to be at 99, guys. We're not going to be able to stop Tooney Roach.
Right.
Eric Berry is the best defensive back, and the best kicker is Steve Hauschka for the Bills.
Yeah. Don't forget to turn down XP.
I know, right?
Oh, for sure. They about to go down to 40, man. These guys are going to be super mad at me.
No.
Too many people winning awards here. So let's take a look at some of these stats here. I want to see why John Ross won that over Corin Ship, because Corin Ship definitely did his thing. Let's see here. AFC receiving. Corin Ship had, all right. So John Ross had for 50 more yards and the same exact amount of touchdowns. So I don't really get that one. I guess it was just a coin flip. They had to give 1 to 1 and 1 to the other. But besides those two, they are pretty much the only two in the AFC even worth noting. NFC had quite a few other 1,000-yard receivers, though. John Brown had 1,785 yards and 10 touchdowns. And he got suspended for 2 games, if I remember right. So,
Yep.
Wow. Damn, he really put him to some use. Marquise Lee, 78 receptions, 1,300 yards. O.J. Howard, 75 receptions. The tight end, okay. I guess Gator really took care of him. And then my boy Stephon Diggs had 72 catches, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. He had a good season. Let's go to these rushing totals. Go to AFC. I wanted to see this. Melvin Gordon had 274 carries for 1,700 yards, 6.3 yards average, 15 touchdowns and 3 fumbles. So he had 3 less fumbles. I guess they gave it to him because of the less fumbles. He probably had more receiving yards too. So any of y'all disagree with anything there? Just going off of some stats here, giving them.
Not really, no.
No, I think they're all. The only reason I think the Bengals wide receiver 1, he did the same amount of work in the in less receptions.
Yeah, that's true. All right, let's just go over some stats real quick. Number 1 in total offense is the Cardinals. Last place in total offense is the Texans. Congratulations on that one, JR.
Oh, yeah.
Number 1 passer is the Cardinals at 5,000 yards. Least best passer is going to be H2O, 2,400. Best runner is the Giants with 2,000 total combined yards, followed up closely by the Cowboys. So, but he still has a game to go, so he'll catch up. Surprise, surprise, the worst rusher is BM and the Patriots. Cannot run. Highest amount of points per game, the Cardinals at 35. Lowest, Titans at 14.4. Some interesting information there. Worst defense, allowing 6,624 yards, is Paul. He has 600 yards worse than the next best person, who is the Cardinals. Defense is the Giants at 3,626, followed by me, which sucks because I thought I'm going to catch him. I'm going to be the number 1 defense. I'm probably not going to do anything else this year. I'm going to have the number 1 defense. I'm 100. He's allowed 60 yards less than me, and we both have to play. The best passing person right now is Giants by 60 yards. He's only allowed 2,606. I've allowed 2,660, so 54 yards. The worst rushing defense right now is Lamarck. So some of that probably had to do with the sim, followed by Paul. I'm sorry, that's pass. The worst pass defense is Lamarck, followed by Paul. And the best rush defense is the Dolphins, only allowing 925 yards. He's still got a game to go, but that's pretty impressive. And the worst rush defense is Paul, 2,476 yards. And Paul has allowed 610 points. The number one sack leader is that's fucking great. Followed by the Browns and Jags, Cardinals. How is Walker getting all these sacks when he isn't used as a line? That's crazy. Number one fumble.
Well, he makes them hold on to the ball longer because they're so scared to throw over the middle of the field at him.
I'm not.
True.
I'll throw. Number one interceptions is BM Nemesis and the Bills. 41 interceptions. So, not like I said, not really anything crazy to go over today. I just, some stats. Any stats that you guys wanted to add here today? It's not really a too crazy of a podcast this week.
Not really.
No. JR, anything you saw that you wanted to go over?
No, not really.
All right, guys. I know this is kind of a short podcast, but we got another thing to do, and I said it's kind of an off week. There's not really a lot going on. We're waiting for these playoffs to start, so keep the game going. NSL, you guys have really been doing a good job playing your games or letting us know if you can't. I think maybe nobody, as far as I know, has just not been able to get a hold of somebody, and that's really good. That's something that we strive for. So thanks for that. And I know Christmas is coming up, so anybody worried about that, don't worry. We're not going to force people to do stuff on Christmas. We'll take care of it. I don't know what our plan is yet. We have to see how things go, but I can guarantee you we're going to give you time for Christmas. That's pretty fair, right, Rabbit? You agree with that? That's going to be pretty easy to do.
Yeah, definitely. We may have to switch up things, or it might be a little bit more of a delay. For
we might draft on a Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah, we might draft on a Tuesday or Wednesday, just for this one time because we're Christmas falls.
Right.
But nothing crazy. Don't worry, guys. We're not going to screw anybody. It's going to be fair. We're not going to give. We're going to give you time. So.
And don't forget about your boards. Even if say somebody's out of town that whole week of Christmas, you can set your draft board. So if you have a higher pick, that you probably get one of the people that you want. So.
The good news about Christmas is we might actually be slugging a little bit longer. So,
yep.
Yeah.
By all means, set your boards then, because then we can just click through you. And I'm not doing anything for Christmas, so I'll be here to advance if we got to. So I'm just gonna be. I might be drunk, but that's nothing else. Won't be doing anything important. I might just skip through the whole draft. Who knows? I might pull a rabbit and simulate to the Super Bowl.
Right.
Next year. No, we'll be all right. So don't worry about anything about Christmas. We'll take care of you guys. We're not gonna screw. We're not gonna advance early. We'll do it. We'll do it right. We'll see what's happening. I can't give definite times yet because we don't know how the playoffs are gonna play out. But hopefully, theoretically, we could get them all done by Wednesday of next week and going through, maybe give us 7 days and do the draft on like a Tuesday or Wednesday. That's pretty well after Christmas, and have a good, so, but we'll figure out how that goes. That's about all we have for here. We'll try and just know NSL, we still got some things we're still working on. We just created ESL. That's probably going to get up and started the next day, if I had to guess. So thanks for y'all that joined that. Probably got a podcast here coming up with another league. So we got some stuff in the pipes, and this league actually is in the ear of some of the other Madden developers. So that ought to be a pretty interesting podcast. PSX, I believe it's called. But that's neither here nor there. But I think that's it for me. Like I said, it was a pretty quick podcast, but we don't really have a lot today. Anything else before we go, Rabbit?
That's it. Happy holidays if we don't see you guys on the podcast before then Christmas.
All right. JR, anything you got to say before we go?
No, that'd be it.
All right, guys. See you later.